Alrighty, guys. Welcome into the lab. Good morning and happy NFL Sunday. We've got a very special guest here in the house today. Good buddy of mine coming in, hanging out with us today here. A man that is still heartbroken by Tom Brady's departure from New England. A man who went against the advice of this show and drafted Saquon Barkley in the first round. Owner of a fantasy team who's named after a player who is now a free agent. Ladies and gentlemen, my buddy and fantasy owner of Newton's Three Laws, my buddy Nate Dawg.
Thanks for having me on.
What's going on, man? What's going on, dude? Welcome in. Thank you for taking the time to come on here, dude. I appreciate it, man. I know you got a little bit of work today, but I appreciate you taking out some time to, hop in on the show and check us out, man. First question I got to ask, dude. Do you plan on changing your team name?
Can you change your team name mid-season?
I think it's against the
Is that allowed?
I think it is allowed, but very frowned upon. It's like masturbating on an airplane, You should definitely not change it because that's a bad feng shui. But, man, so at the beginning of the season, did you think Cam Newton was going to be playing for, the starter and he was going to be the starter all year? Or did you think Mac Jones was going to eventually come in and play?
I had a pretty good idea that they were gonna share the workload,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking forward to that. I was happy when the Patriots picked up my boy Cammy Buckets last year, and I was really disappointed by the end of the year with his performance. The dude's garbage, overrated. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go on.
Jeez, that is rough. I mean, he is good, but I mean, definitely on a downside. At this present time,
I will say he didn't have any supporting role players with him while he was in New England, but everyone, you see all these funny fantasy names that people are Googling off the internet,
mm-hmm.
and I came up with this one all on my own. Newton's Three
Hey,
Laws.
there you go.
I'm proud of it, so I think I might roll with it.
I like that better. The originality is where it's at. People Googling names.
See where it goes. I didn't Google, fantasy team names that are gonna make my friends laugh.
Yeah. I wonder who did in our league. Everybody. Good deal. Man, dude, all right, obviously we got a matchup this week, you and I. We've been talking a lot of shit. I offered you a very reasonable trade at the very beginning of this season. I believe you told me to eat a bag of dicks whenever I sent it to you. Why did you not like my trade, man? I offered you... Who did I offer you? I was going to give you Robert Woods for DeAndre Swift.
I probably should have taken that one now that I think about it. But in my, 5+ years of doing fantasy football, I've never been a huge trade guy.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like if anyone's proposing me a trade or if I'm proposing someone else a trade, there's always someone's trying to take advantage of somebody. Someone's trying to get one over on somebody, or there's some kind of collusion involved. And pretty consistently, I don't think I've ever accepted or proposed a trade that went through. 5 years of fantasy football.
Really? So I will say I don't like that aspect that people can veto the trade. I understand the collusion thing. People are worried, oh, hey, my team's sucking ass, and I'm going to offload my team to somebody else. So if it's completely obvious, I get it. I played in a league not too long ago with some buddies from high school, and one of his cousins, who's a younger kid, was playing with us, and his dad was also in the league. Well, his dad was doing terrible, and was trying to trade him Aaron Rodgers for some guy that's not even a flex option really. And everybody vetoed the shit out of that, of course. But nobody. But for the most part, I feel like I'm man, if you don't know you're getting screwed, you should probably not play fantasy football. But that being said,
I stay out of the trade game. I'm not here for the trade.
Yeah, it can definitely get a little dicey, and it definitely is. Everybody's always trying to pull one over on him. But at the end of the day, when it's a good trade is when both of you think that you pulled a fast one on the other one. You both think you got good deals. That rarely happens in fantasy football, unfortunately. I think that my trade would have probably panned out better for you than it would have me, but I thought I was pulling one over on you on that one for sure.
Well, I think this week is the first week that I got Swift off the bench and I got him starting in the lineup.
Okay. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you got him this week. It looks like your starting lineup. You got Jalen Hurts going to Dallas and Monday. That should be good
Monday
for you,
night.
man. Like, cause Dallas secondary is terrible. Their defense not that good either in general, but their secondary is
Just
awful.
overall as a team, they look better this year, but they're still not good, and they're still the
Yeah,
Cowboys for
yeah.
anything to
They will
happen.
still do Cowboy shit. Dude, so Saquon Barkley, you drafted him first round. Feeling pumped about it, yeah? Yeah, you feel pumped about the Saquon pick.
Look, I'm here. I'm on the show. I'm supporting a friend. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I watched you and AJ
Yeah.
sit there and shit talk my fantasy team when you guys went on the show. And I have a hard time wrapping my head around the fact. Did you guys not see that I auto drafted my whole team?
No,
You
I did
guys think,
not. Dude, we were drinking pretty heavily at the draft. That's why I took
dude,
four straight receivers, four straight to begin the draft. I can't talk crap about your draft at all, man. I drafted four straight receivers. That's why I'm trying to trade for running backs.
Saturdays, man. Saturdays are not a good day for me. I was phone in the pocket,
Oh,
auto draft
yeah. I don't think about.
the whole time.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
And
That's the thing that
since
always sucks about like the draft, man. Is like getting
Saquon,
everybody's work schedule in order. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, I mean, we got guys that work, the traditional like Monday through Friday type deal. Then, of course, we've got people that work non-traditional schedules like yourself, and I believe Squints was one of them as well. I don't
yeah,
know if
we got
I
a
think
good
he was able to
handful of them.
draft either that or he auto drafted one of the two. I think he said he was like giving up tables at work to be able to draft. Oh man. But even though you auto drafted though, it turned out pretty good. Like I feel like you got a decent team other than Saquon Barkley. I
Well,
do
I'm sitting at 0-2.
okay. Well, we got a 50-50 chance to win this week. I'm looking at the odds. So it gives, how like ESPN gives you like the win probability. It says
It's
50-50.
50-50 every
But
week.
last week I had like 49-51. 49-51.
Oh, okay. Hey, I guess we're here.
But it's a
Could be a good
50-50
week.
chance according to the projections. The projections are never right. I feel like they're always off, man. The,
No, you could be up 40 points with your opposing team's got his tight end left on Monday Night Football, and you've got a 96% chance to win.
mhm. Did this happen to you last week? I feel like you're talking from experience.
Um, no. What did I have? Oh, last week against Wesley, I we were holding on. I needed Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews to get combined less than like 11 points so I could win.
Oh, that's rough. That's not happening.
They got
Yeah,
through the whole first half with like 4 points combined, and I was really feeling it. And they ended with like 60.
he would have probably got it just with Lamar Jackson alone. Like, dude, that dude's
I
going
know,
nuts
but
too, and he's he has like I think he's like the third rusher in the league right now as a quarterback. So it's kind of crazy. I
he's
saw
one of
that
those
when I was
guys that I always forget about on draft day, and then like week one, I'm like, why did I pick up Jalen Hurts? Why did I go for Tua? What am I trying to sneak somebody in there? Why didn't I just grab
yeah,
him?
just trying to get you on. I like the Jalen Hurts. I got him in another league. He's doing all right, but I'll see. I'm curious to see how he stays though for the whole season. First 2 weeks he's been all right. I think he'll do good this week. We'll see though. I'm worried about your Stephon Diggs play. I think he'll have a big game too. But other than that, man, I'm still gonna probably wax the shit out of your team this week. I'm just saying.
We'll see what happens.
Just-
50.
we have yeah,
Flipping
50-50,
a
man.
coin. We should
50-50.
just bench all our players and flip a coin. How does that sound?
Oh, I like that better. I like that better. And then if I lose, we'll go double or nothing. I can't. If it's 50-50, you can't lose twice. Oh
Story of
man,
my
dude.
life.
No man, dude. But so what are you seeing on your end, like for the league wise? Like, how do you think we'll switch away a little bit away from fantasy here. How are you thinking your Patriots are going to do this year? You think y'all are going to win the division up there with the Bills, or do you think y'all may squeeze a wild card spot? I feel like the division's a stretch, but
The division is a stretch, but I think it's a possibility. It's always possible with Bill Belichick running things.
mhm.
He's getting old. I don't know how his brain's doing, but Mac Jones, I said it pre-draft. I was thinking to myself, like, man, the Patriots need to go out grab a quarterback. I'm thinking Mac Jones is going to be down there on the list, and it actually happened. And maybe it's the perception of he's kind of like Tom Brady in terms of he looks like Tom Brady. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, man, it's the next Tom Brady.
He's about
Mac
as
Jones,
athletic
the
as
next
Tom
Tom
Brady
Brady.
was coming out of college.
Dude, I haven't seen the dude complete a 10-yard pass.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely fits in that Belichick game management style
Yeah.
play, man.
So we'll
Dude,
see what happens. I think they have a chance. I think it could be a good one. I
I
also,
think I
I
think
put 50
Belichick's
bucks on
got
the
some
fact they have a
fucking
winning record.
stones on him with how he drafted him too. Everybody was talking about how he needed to trade up, trade up, trade up, and then he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna sit right here at 15." And sure enough, his guy
Yeah.
still came to 15. Like the ability to sit there and just you know like be like, if he's there, he's there. If he's not, I'll figure it out. And I mean, it's paying off so far. I think he's gonna be really. He looks really good pre-snap reads, like everything like that. I think obviously it's his first year, but I think that over within 5 years he could be possibly top QB in the
I
league.
think Belichick was feeling good about himself when they picked off Zach Wilson 4 times last week and
Yes, dude.
ended
Yeah,
up picking their quarterback.
that's crazy too. How many picks he already has? I think they said he threw more picks so far this season than he threw his entire college career so far.
Welcome
Which
to the league.
yeah, well, this is where the real men play, buddy. Welcome, welcome. You're not playing, New Mexico State once a year or some shit like that. But yeah, man. Let's see what else have we got here, man. Dude, with everything coming out, obviously, I'm sure you would like your Patriots to end up in the Super Bowl. Um, who do you think is going to be your Super Bowl pick this year?
I would like to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I know that's not going to happen, but luckily I get to still hold on to what little bit of uh, dreams I still have, and I get to watch Tom Brady keep winning Super Bowls, go back to back this year.
Okay,
And then, 12 years down the line when Tom Brady's not playing anymore and he decides to retire, I
12
think
years.
Mac Jones will be right there ready to go.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Dude, I mean, he's definitely got the chance to win another one, right? Dude, the guy is unreal. I still hate the guy. I still think that Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback, just personally saying. I mean, talent,
Well,
skill wise, not ring wise, skill wise, skill wise. We played in Green
I
Bay.
will say Antonio Brown did not make he didn't make the trip to New Orleans for the game today.
Uh-huh.
So he's not there, but that's gonna pose very well for fantasy owners that are sitting on like a Mike Evans
Yeah.
or a Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski.
Dude,
I mean, Brady's throwing 5 touchdowns a game. You take Antonio Brown out of the mix, at least 2 of those guys are destined to get a couple of them.
yeah. I can see Gronk probably getting one today because he's just a big target down there in the red zone. Mike Evans, I feel like he's been flying under the radar. I see him popping up with maybe a big game today too. I feel like Godwin's kind of been
I think
overshadowed.
Gronk and Brady are sitting at like 103, 102, 103 career touchdown passes to each other.
I wonder what like the most for a duo would possibly be on that. I'd have to check that out. I don't have a statistician. It's a pretty basic operation I'm running over here, or else I would have that stat just pulled up for you right now. But yeah, man.
I'd like to know who that is. I'm
Yeah,
thinking it's
I'll
going
have
to be
to.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, yeah, somebody like that. Trying to think who's somebody that.
Who
Yeah, I
was
don't.
Peyton Manning's
That's what I
longtime
was
wide
thinking.
receiver or tight end?
He had Dallas Clark at one point. I don't think that's him though. Who was his receiver he had? He had
Marvin Harrison,
Reggie Wayne too.
Reggie Wayne.
Yeah. They had a lot of good quarterback or a lot of receivers to throw to as a quarterback as well, man. So you're taking the pick though for the Super Bowl this year. Bucks again.
I'm taking a repeat. I'm thinking Bucks Chiefs again, and I think Mahomes is gonna have to wait it out a couple more years till he gets to win another one.
Yeah. I honestly, man, I feel like that Chiefs team. I think my pick was Packers and Bills this year. The Chiefs, man, I worry about them though. They don't seem like they're the team that they've been lately. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, the offense still there. Offense is lights out. But the defense doesn't seem like it's there. They can't seem to like close out games this year so far.
Yeah, it's been tough.
They let the Browns
But
hang with them, and then they allowed Lamar to come back and beat them the other night. I mean, they're 1-1 right now. I mean, it's not no time to panic, but their defense doesn't quite look like it's possibly up to the task. And I think those defensive teams are the ones you're going to see win the Super Bowl. I picked the Packers. I'm worried that we're not going to make it either because our defense looks like dog shit. But we'll see
I
what
think
happens.
Week 1 for the Packers was a fluke.
Agreed. But I mean, we still allowed 17 points to the Lions last weekend, which I mean, they're no pushover with Jared Goff, but they're not a great team either, though. And it just our defense seems like they're giving up like easy drives, things like that. We can't get off the field, man. But
Do you know if the Lions and the Rams are they playing each other this year?
I'm not sure that's good. I wonder. Let me see real quick. Let's see.
I
Because,
got the schedule
dude, that
right
would
here.
be a
See if
good game, man. Go back and play each other.
that's one that I've been looking forward to if that's happening. I
Let's
like
see.
that. I like that they just swapped quarterbacks.
Let's see. Rams. Yeah, they play October 24th in LA. So it'll be a homecoming for Jared Goff.
Got it right there.
They circle that one on the calendar. That one should be fun to watch just to see them go against their old teams. Usually they kind of pull shit out of their ass whenever they do that. Are there any games that you're looking to watch today? Like anything that you're like, hey man, must see today or anything like that?
Let me see. We're looking at Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Kyler Murray taking on Matthew Stafford, and that's going to be a good one.
I agree. That one's gonna be a good one. I like that one a lot. I like game I'm looking forward to watching is gonna be the Bucks and Rams. I think that's gonna be a good one. There you
Oh,
go.
I'm looking at the wrong week.
Oh,
Kyler
okay.
Murray, Matthew Stafford's next week.
Yeah, that's right. Cause yeah, never mind. Kyler Murray plays the Jaguars this week, man. That game
Yeah.
they should route them on that.
Chiefs Chargers is going to be a good one, I think.
I think that one will be good.
Chargers are looking good.
I think that people are discounting the Chargers a little bit, man. There's like a 7-point spread on that game, and I don't know how
Bucks Rams also going to be a good game.
that one's gonna be solid. I think Bucks and Rams probably gonna be game of the week, man. And then the Seahawks and Vikings have the potential to be a good game too. Neither one of them seem to have a defense that can hold on to leads or play, or So I think it'll probably be a high scoring game, but it'll be an offensive game probably. Monday Night Football is gonna suck.
Always, man. I that's one of those games I'd just like to go to.
Yeah, the Eagles Cowboys game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be good. I want to go in. I would like to go in Dallas, so that way if the Eagles win, you can see all the Cowboys fans crying afterwards.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. They're playing here.
Yeah, that should be a good game. Circling back to the Tom Brady thing when he left New England, I know that you're a big New England fan. We'll kind of wrap up on this. I know you got to get rolling here soon. What was your initial reaction when I know it's old news, but it's a new show, so we're gonna go to some old news here. What was your initial reaction when Tom Brady did leave?
To be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to happen.
Okay.
I was not convinced that he was going to go anywhere. And when he did, I'm glad it just wasn't a retirement,
Yeah.
That way I could still kind of follow along and I could still watch him. And I got the Brady Bucks jersey. I wore it, I didn't watch it all throughout the playoffs last year. So I'm still rooting for my boy, but it was tough to see him go, but glad I can still root him on.
Yeah, I think it would have been a shame if he would have retired, though. I think he's got a lot of left in the tank. He looks better than the dudes that are coming in as rookies right now. His
I know. I'm 5 more years.
conditioning and shape. Yeah, I would not think it's unreasonable because he's, 44 right now, right?
Yeah. He's up there
So
in
that
the
would be
40s.
49. Dude, if he plays to 50, that'd be unreal, dude. I may join the Brady train if he plays to 50. I'll join the Brady train at that time. I can't hop on the Brady train though until my boy Aaron Rodgers is hanging it up. So I'm holding out hope that he runs the table somehow and gets enough Super Bowl wins to catch up to Tom in his last couple years of his career. Doubt it'll
I'm
happen.
gonna mute real quick. I gotta take this phone
Nah,
call. Okay.
You're good. Hey man, we can let you get rolling, man. It's no big deal.
All right, man.
But Super Bowl pick, you said Bucks, Chiefs,
over
repeat
Chiefs.
of last year. Ladies and gentlemen, good buddy of mine, Nate Dawg. Appreciate you stopping in, man. Good luck this week. Hopefully you're 0-3 by the end of this week, man. I'll catch you later. Peace.
Hopefully not, man. We'll see you around. Okay, Dylan.
Peace, man.
See you, man.
Oh man, what a guy, dude! What a guy. That's a good buddy of mine again. We're playing this week here for fantasy football. big New England fan, obviously, as he is. He had to have been heartbroken whenever Tom Brady said, "Hey, I'm out of here." That being said, though, man, Nate, if you're still listening, I appreciate you coming on the show, dude. But we'll keep it moving down here. As we looked at the preview for this week in fantasy, let's check back last week, see how we did against old Pops, the waiver wire hunter this past week. I did pull out a victory, so there will be no kazoo song for you guys this week. If Nate pulls out that victory, I got a nice little song for him if I lose. If not, we're going to keep it rolling. Hopefully not, though. Last week, I had a real solid performance from the team. Russell Wilson, 23 points, about average for about what I need for him each week. Leonard Fournette stays consistent, another 10, 11-point game this week. Elijah Mitchell, man, 8 flop for me. I was expecting big things. He was my big pickup of the week. He gets hurt, only gets me 7 points. While he was in, he did play good. I'm not taking him out of my roster just because he's hurt. I'm putting him on the bench for this upcoming week. Devontae Adams, about as good as I can ask for, 21 points. Hopefully he throws a 30 or 40 in here soon and just goes off. Calvin Ridley, big game against Tampa Bay. 19 points. I'm really surprised he was able to get up to that point. I was way over what I expected, considering he was playing Tampa Bay. I figured the Falcons were going to struggle. They did struggle, but he still got his touches, which is good. My boy Big Bob Tonyan from the Packers, he came out. He lit it up through, caught a touchdown pass, 52 yards receiving. I can't ask anything more for him. That is an overperformance for this caliber of tight end. I think that he may have a couple more of these, though, throughout the year. Like I said, it's one of those he's going to be up and down. Just whenever he gets his touches, he's going to make the most of them. I got to weather the bad weeks with him to get these good weeks that I got last week. I threw Robert Woods in, and this is the time that I must have to say that I must issue an apology to Julio Jones. Must issue an apology. I talked a lot of shit about him last week, and, benched him. He came out, put up a 19 spot last week. Robert Woods did not do that. Julio may be back in the lineup this week. I don't know. As of right now, I don't believe I've got him in. But, my main thing, though, is, why, big question I have here about these running backs. We talked about Elijah Mitchell. He got hurt. Why does it seem that all the running backs appear to be getting hurt lately? All of them. Even on Thursday night, looks like McCaffrey got hurt. I'm claiming that at this point, Christian McCaffrey got hurt because Pat McAfee, he's host of the Pat McAfee show, really good show. I'm a big fan of it. I think he put a hex on old Christian McCaffrey last Thursday. Check it out.
Yeah. Anyways, we end up getting Carson Wentz. Watching him here for the first 2 weeks, it's a roller coaster. He's a wild animal. 2 sprains gives no fucks about his body at all. Every single play. No play left behind. He's damn near he is reckless whenever he's playing football. And I don't know how the Philadelphia Eagles fans were able to do it for all those years because it is
He's so right about
awesome.
Carson Wentz.
It's riveting. It's amazing.
He's insane.
He makes some incredible plays. But then
Doesn't
it's always
take care
like,
of his
this guy's going to die out. This guy's trying to die
He's going to switch to
Carson Wentz is not the only one like that. Christian McCaffrey explodes into contact. He is an animal. So explosive, so athletic, so dynamic, so must-see TV. But also on the other side of that, I watch him and I think to myself, how does that guy survive? His body, although it was created by generations of Olympians and also his dad in the NFL, obviously, but I think his wife's family is even more athletic. I think grandpa, aunt, mom, everybody's like Olympic. So although his body was potentially pieced together by the most athletic humans out there, and he is an incredible freak athlete, at some point it's still a human body. And some of these hits that he takes, and some of I don't want to say it's not reckless because everything he does is cerebral. He's got great vision. I understand that. But he'll hit a hole going 400 miles an hour. Yeah.
As you see it there, guys, he put the hex on Christian McCaffrey for Thursday night. Comes out with an injury of the game. Hopefully nothing too serious. I believe it may be a hamstring issue. I was listening to the show on Friday morning. This was Thursday morning or Thursday's show from Pat McAfee. Again, this is the Pat McAfee show where we got this from. That being said, though, I was listening on Friday morning. I damn near thought I was listening to Friday's show because he was talking about McCaffrey getting hurt. Then I realized it was Thursday's show. The homie put that voodoo hex on him, man. That is I mean, that's not why the running backs can't stay healthy, but I just found that so crazy, man, that he was able to, say that, and then that very same night. I think that's the McAfee curse right there, man. But yeah, anyways, moving on. These running backs, they can't stay healthy. But when you're the Baltimore Ravens, it don't matter if your running backs can't stay healthy, because Lamar Jackson's insane. He's the number 3 rusher in the league. Dude is an absolute beast. He's killing it. People probably in fantasy are liking him right now. They were able to get him at a lot better value this year than they did last year. Now, if you did get some injured players, you have some injuries on your roster, a couple pickups for you that I think if you made this week, I think these are winning pickups for you and very good picks. The first one's going to be KJ Osborne, the receiver for the Vikings. He's got a 14-point game and a 20-point game to start the season. He's got 6 and 9 targets in his first 2 games. He has a nice matchup against Seattle this week. If you picked him up this week, that's a score. You should definitely play him unless, you've just got some stout receivers that are better than this guy. If on the running back side of things, if you're like me trying to find running backs, or you are dealing with injured running backs constantly, Cordarrelle Patterson, the running back for Atlanta, that's a great pickup, especially in deep leagues. A lot of people don't have him, but a lot of people are trying to pick him up this week. He may be already gone by this point on Sunday. That being said, he is involved in the passing game, so he's going to be good for you on a PPR format. He's not getting a lot of touches in the run, but that's by design. It's all good. He will be fine. Next on the list is more so a pickup that I'm saying that you should do for now. And probably, or this will be a good pickup for now. Not necessarily, or not for, I can't talk today. This will be a good pickup, not for now, but will be more so a good pickup in the future. And that right now is my man who just got reactivated, old Josh Gordon. Never be suspended in the first place. Homeboy just likes to smoke a little pot. I think that should be okay. These dudes are throwing themselves at each other. If he wants to smoke a little weed, let him do it, man. But he has been cleared by the league. He is out of his suspension status. He is currently a free agent, though. So, I mean, if you picked him up this week, you're not going to be able to play him. I mean, obviously. But there are some potential landing spots. I did pick him up as a pickup for, hey, let's see if maybe he lands somewhere that he ends up getting some, time in. He can help fantasy team out. We'll see. It's more of a stash and stow, see what happens. If nothing happens over the next week or two, cut bait and move on. But I think a couple landing spots for Josh Gordon is going to have to be first Baltimore. They need receivers, and they need them badly. They wouldn't necessarily have to rely on him because they do have Marquise Brown and Andrews, but they need more than just that. He'll be a good complement to that offense. He'll be able to help Lamar out a little bit as well, give him another target. Second spot that you could possibly see him going is Tampa. He's played with Tom Brady previously for 17 games. Tom Brady does like him. Only thing is, though, is I don't foresee them actually doing it. It's been talked about, but I mean, they've got a multitude of receivers right now. Do they really need Josh Gordon? Do they need to take the chance on him, having another violation of the substance policy or whatever it is? I don't like that one, especially fantasy-wise. If he goes to Tampa, I'm probably going to drop him. I don't like that fantasy play. I may keep him for a week, see how it goes, and see you later. The third one, and this is going to be the one that I like the best for a landing spot as far as fantasy goes, and that's going to be in Seattle. Russell Wilson's already been an outspoken advocate for getting Gordon on the team in the past. He just wants to add to the talent pool and the targets that he has to throw to. Gives a good complementary receiver to Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Another weapon for them. Throw him in the slot. I mean, he's going to do some work there probably. Or you can throw him out wide, get him a deep threat, throw Lockett back in the slot, let him dice up some people with some routes. I like Seattle as the best landing spot for him. Again, this is he may not get picked up. It's a very good possibility he doesn't get picked up. He's violated the substance abuse policy too much. He hasn't played in a lot of games. He hasn't played, I think, since like 2018, 2019, something like that. So people may not be willing to take the risk on him per se. However, I'm willing to take it if a team's willing to pick him up. I got him for right now. We'll see what happens. Moving on, speaking of picks this week, we've got the daily fantasy picks with DraftKings here. I'm always looking to try and play. I haven't hit any money yet. I'm struggling with the daily fantasy picks. It seems this year so far, 0-2. That being said, though, lineup that I'm rolling out for this week, daily fantasy, definitely got to be. I got Jameis Winston going more so value. I'm hoping he bounces back. He played really poorly last week, but we're playing against New England. We'll see. Maybe play a little bit better against New England. However, New England's defense is pretty good. It's about the best I could afford at the price. I spent money in other positions. Taking Chris Carson at running back, I think he's going to get a lot of big. I think he's going to have a big game. Minnesota has been giving up hella points to running backs this year. They've been giving up hella points to teams in general this year. He's going to get a lot of scoring opportunities today. I think he has a big game. Second running back I took is going to be Carterell Patterson. He's going up against the Giants. This may be a time for Atlanta to actually get out and maybe do something today and, get their first win in the books. They're playing against the Giants. The Giants got taken down last week by the Redskins, the football team. So they are going to be looking to bounce back this year. I think he has a decent game at the $4,600 value. How do you not get him so that way you can spend some money elsewhere? Odell Beckham Jr., he is back. He is cleared to play and healthy. This is his first game back, so this is going to be probably the only game you can get him for a $5,300 value. I think he has a big game against a shitty Chicago secondary today in his first game back. He's going to be wanting to make an appearance very quickly in the game, make himself known. Other receiver I've got is Jamar Chase, another rookie right now that is just playing way above expectations. He had a rough preseason, but got to the regular season and said, "Hey man, I know what I'm doing. There's a reason why y'all drafted me where y'all drafted me." He's averaging 18 points a game. He's going up against the Steelers, which have had a tougher defense, but they did struggle a little bit last week. I think the Bengals are going to have a good game against the Steelers. I think he's going to have a nice little receiving game, especially for the value. Sterling Shepard, I took him strictly just because they're going up against Atlanta. Atlanta's been terrible. And again, value picks right there. I'm trying to get the most value out of the team with the picks. Travis Kelce, I had to get him. He's going up against the Chargers. I foresee another shootout game in the works. It is going to be a high-scoring affair, I believe. It's going to be probably a 30-point game for each team. It could possibly be that. I took again another tight end in TJ Hawkinson. He's just been playing unreal, man. He's not playing like a tight end. That's why I'm willing to take a second tight end. He's going up against Baltimore. They're the worst team in the league when it comes to tight ends. Then here we've got defense. I just took the Giants. They've got a weak matchup against Atlanta. I'm not expecting much value pick. We'll see what happens. I'm struggling with the daily fantasy. Daily fantasy is tough. You got to stick under that salary cap, but it is a lot of fun picking out the team, trying to see it. Plus, it kind of gives you a little bit of insight into who's all playing, what the games are going to be looking like each day. Suggest you get on there, create you a team. Drop your team in the comments of the video. We'll see how you fare versus mine, and we'll go from there. But this is the daily fantasy squad today. Hope for a big day, hoping win a little bit of money on this, but we have not done so yet. Moving on, we've got a week 3 schedule here. Got a couple of good games. I don't think there's a lot of great games per se here on today's matchup. Couple games I'm looking at. Me and Nate talked about it. The Chargers Chiefs. That I think that's going to be a big game today. I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Bucks and Rams is going to be probably game of the week. I think Packers 49ers is going to be a must-see game as well, just to kind of see. Yeah, they've been playing so much the past couple of years against each other. I think it will be a close game. The Packers usually struggle when we go to California. Hopefully, turn that around. 49ers backfield's a little banged up. This is going to be one of those games where the Packers do have to heavily lean on Aaron Rodgers in the offense. Our defense so far has not proven to be a team that is going to get it done, or a defense that's going to get it done. So we're going to have to rely on them. We allowed 17 points to the Lions. While the Lions are no pushover, they should not score 17 points on a team. Their first 2 drives went straight for touchdowns, and they kind of snapped it in gear and kind of got back together from there. Second half defense for the Packers last week. If that defense shows up, we're in business. First half defense shows up, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a long game. So as far as the games go, though, Cards and Jags, these are my predictions for each of the games today. Cardinals and Jags, they're playing. Spreads negative, or it's going to be 7.5 points favored for the Cardinals. Overs 51.5. This one's going to be a no-brainer, man. If you're not betting on the Cardinals, you don't want to win money. You need to take the Cardinals. I think they're going to win 38-14, man. It's going to be a big game. Kyler Murray's probably looking at a 3 or 4 touchdown game. Falcons at Giants. Giants are favored by 3. Which basically means it's an even game. They're just getting the advantage because they're home field. They're the home team. I honestly think, though, this is going to be the week the Falcons kind of light up a little bit. This is their first chance to get a win, really. They haven't really played teams that have provided them opportunity to get a win. They got beat. They got routed by the Eagles. I think the Eagles are a little bit better team than people are giving them credit for at this moment. I think Jalen Hurts is playing a little bit better than people are giving them credit as well. That being said, though, I think the Giants are good, but I don't think they're going to be good enough to overcome the Falcons. I think the Falcons will figure it out today. I don't think they're going to be either one of these teams will be great, though. It's going to be kind of a shitty game to watch, but Falcons take this one 24-17. Then we got the Ravens at the Lions. The Ravens got they're favored 7.5 points. I honestly don't think the Ravens are going to cover that spread. I think they will win, but I think 7.5 points is a little much. The Lions, like I said earlier, no pushover team. I think this one, and then the Ravens defense is a little bit banged up. They haven't performed as well as they could. I think this final score is going to be a 31-28 game. It's going to be very close, going to come down to the wire, but Lamar's going to get it done because Lamar does what Lamar does. He's probably going to rush for 200 yards. Nah, probably not, but he's going to rush for a lot of yards compared to other people. He's a third best rusher in the league, and he also has the option to side and throw the ball. I think that's going to fare well for the Ravens, but it is going to be close because Jared Goff has been playing well. Next game we got here is going to be the Bears at the Browns. You got 7.5 point favorites for the Browns. I'm going to go against the spread here. I'm going against the favorite. I'm going to say the Bears pull this one out over the Browns. The Browns, to me, have not shown that they got the it factor. They did hang with the Chiefs. I do agree. They hung with them. However, they turned around last week and they go play the Texans, and I picked the Browns as my survivor pick. And don't get me wrong, the Browns played good last week. They did, they ended up getting the win. I believe they won by 2 scores. They did not look good all throughout the game, though. I think the Bears may possibly give them a good, run. I think this game's going to be a lot closer, and I think the Bears win this one 24-17, going against the spread here. I think this is a good one where if you are going to bet against the spread, that the Bear, this would be a good one for that. I think the Browns have some tweaking to do to get a little bit better. They have the potential. They have the potential there, and they do got Odell Beckham returning today, so that could help them. However, with what I saw in pieces of their game last week, I don't know if they're going to be up to the task today. I think they will catch another loss today, but we shall see. Next on the list, we got the Bengals and Steelers. This is going to be another really close game, very even matchup. This one's tough to call. The Steelers are favored by 3, and that's simply just because they're the home team. I think, though, the Bengals are going to come along. I think Joe Burrow is playing very good. Jamar Chase is playing out of this world. Joe Mixon's doing pretty good as well. 31-21, Bengals taking that one to the house. Colts and Titans, it's going to be a snooze fest just because the Colts, man, they just can't seem to get it together. I don't know if Carson Wentz is playing today, but even if he doesn't play, I still think the Titans win this one 24-10. They kind of got things together last week. Julio had a big game, finally got involved in the offense. Derrick Henry had a massive game. I think the Titans have got it figured out. Titans are going to win this one 24-10. And next, one of the games of the weeks that we talked about earlier was the Chargers-Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 7. I don't think the Chiefs have shown the ability to close out a game yet to be able to give them a 7-point spread. I'm betting against the spread. I do think the Chiefs will still win. However, I do think they are not going to cover. They haven't been able to close out games. I think they're going to allow the Chargers to hang with them for the most part. This one's going to be a 28-24 game. Chiefs win, but they don't cover. Saints and Patriots. The real question here is, what Jameis Winston do you get? Do you get week 1, week 2? Do you get the Saints team that got their ass kicked by the Panthers last week? Or do you get the Saints team that beat the shit out of the Packers? I think in this week, I think that's going to be possibly... I don't know for sure, but if I'm going to bet, it's 2.5 point spread. I think the Patriots are going to win this one. I think simply just due to the fact that Belichick is a better not better coach, but he's got a better defense on his side there. He's got a little bit more diversity in the offense. Saints offense goes, Kamara goes. So if he has a big game, the Saints will win. If the Patriots can manage to limit Kamara, you could see a 24-14 win by the Patriots. Now, the next one that we got is the Washington football team against the Bills. Bills are favored by 7. I think they're going to cover that easily. They came out last week and absolutely torched the Dolphins. I thought it was going to be a lot closer game last week, but I think the Bills showed that they wanted to bounce back from that week 1 loss, and they did just that. I think this week is going to be another good win for them. Probably not going to be as high scoring for them because they are going up against a tough defensive front. Going to be a lot of pressure on Josh Allen. I think they still win, though, 24-10. The Dolphins at the Raiders. This right here is my survivor pick. Any of you guys do those survivor leagues? So a lot of people are hammering the Cards to beat the Jags today, and they're going to say, hey, man, Cards are easily going to beat the Jags. And I agree with that. However, I'm hoping for an upset. Somehow Trevor Lawrence manages to pull it together and win one out. Because what happens if that happens, pretty much my whole pool that I'm in will probably be gone, if not 90% of them. And if the Raiders win, which I foresee that they will win big over the Dolphins, then at that point, it'll be me and maybe a couple other people left that did not pick the Cardinals this week. With these survivor picks, I'm kind of hoping for an upset this week, and because I think the Raiders are going to be a for sure win too. His point spread's only 3.5 points, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I think this is going to be a lot more lopsided game. The Dolphins just got routed by the Bills last week. I think this week's going to be no different. The Raiders are being very disrespected by the point spread of 3.5 points right now. I think they win by more than 2 scores. It's going to be a 38-14 ball game. The Raiders are playing lights out so far this year. Jets and Broncos. Broncos favored by 10.5 points. Give them that 10.5 points, man. The Broncos are going to take it home. The Jets are a dumpster fire again. Rookie QB making rookie mistakes. He'll continue to do so. Broncos take this one home, 24-13. The next 4 games, these are the 4 games that are must-watch as well for me. Seahawks and Vikings. I think this is going to be such a good game. It's a 1.5 point spread. Seahawks are favored, but this one can go obviously either way. I think the Seahawks will beat the Vikings. I don't think the Vikings defense will be up to the test to hold the Seahawks back. I think it's going to be a close game, though. But I don't think the Seahawks have a great defense to hold Vikings back either. So this one's going to be a 31-28 finish for the Seahawks. Bucks, Rams, this can be the game of the week, man. Matthew Stafford going to take on Tom Brady, or shall I say Tom Brady going to take on Matt Stafford since they're going to be in LA. The Bucks are favored by 1.5. I still think the Bucks win. I think it'll be a closer game than the scoreboard says. I think the Bucks will probably put one in the end zone at the end to kind of close the door on the Rams per se. I think that final score is going to be 31-21. Prior to that score, though, you're going to be looking at a 24-21, which would be very close. I think that final score is going to come late in the game. That's why I say it's going to look a lot closer than probably the score will reflect. Sunday night football, you got Packers going to California to play the 49ers. This one's rough. The 49ers are favored by 3 because they are the home team. The Packers have struggled in California. It's been no shortage of knowledge on that. They have gone to California and struggled. They struggled in the championship game 2 years ago. They've struggled there in the past. Aaron Rodgers, for whatever reason, when he goes to California, he struggles. I'm hoping that is not the same today. I think the 49ers are a little bit banged up. The Packers are going to have to lean heavily on Aaron Rodgers. Our defense just ain't getting it done yet. While that defense comes together, Aaron Rodgers is going to have to keep playing lights out like he did last week. I think this one's going to be 27-23. Packers take it home, which will make me a very happy Green Bay fan going into Monday morning. Monday Night Football, we do have the Eagles coming to Dallas here to play the Cowboys. 3.5 points. Cowboys are favored. I think this one is going to be while the Eagles are pretty good, I think they're better than a lot of people are giving them credit for. I don't think they're good enough to take down the Cowboys. Cowboys defense isn't that great. They are going to give up a couple big plays here and there, but I don't think they're going to give up much to this Eagles offense. I foresee this one being a 21-13 game, possibly 21-17. Either way, Cowboys are going to cover the spread. They're going to win this one. And the Eagles will take the L this week on Monday Night Football. But I do foresee a good game. I do foresee a good game between the two. I think that's going to be where it goes. I think game of the week, though, like I said, man, going to have to be Bucks and Rams. Bucks and Rams will definitely be the game of the week. We'll see how it goes. You guys put in the comments, who do y'all think's playing this week? Who do y'all think are the best ones? Y'all let me know. You guys make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in, checking us out. Had a guest here earlier. We'll keep bringing on more people, more guys I'm trying to play with, trying to get them in every week. Until then, though,